This is the first hoodie I ever made. It took me a while. I rode my bike back and forth to my grandma's studio for a while. I don't remember how long to make it. It was made from a blanket, and these are sleeves. I just cut off sleeves because I know how to make sleeves. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just made everything from scratch, like from this pattern or from a pattern. But I didn't. Not the beginning. I didn't do that. So yeah. So I didn't make the sleeves. I cut them off and then reused them fully, everything of it. And it didn't come out right. So I don't think that's the correct way. It's just easier to learn how to make sleeves. Everything is so much easier to learn, in my opinion, than actually just like cut and resew. That's harder work, in my opinion. Anyways, yeah. So I made this. Took a while, and I always, since the beginning, I always knew quality, because my grandma, that's what she teaches me. So, and you can go take a class too if you live in the Chicago area. But that's what she'll teach you how to do this. So that's not a problem. Yeah. And this is just a video of my progress so far. Oh, and then the second major one that I made was this one right here. This one was the Juice WRLD hoodie. This one was from it wasn't from this pattern. I didn't have that pattern at the time. It was from a completely different pattern. But I did end up eventually changing the hood to this, so that that's what the hood is right here, to this pattern. So yeah, this one took a while to just rode my bike back and forth, didn't know what I was doing. Really set up a lot of my current designs and how I do it and what I do, and understanding placement and cutting and sewing. And I recommend not using tapestry blanket for your first project because it is harder, because you have to do extra steps to make sure the fabric does not fray, and that's just a little bit I zigzagged this idea. Oh, I serged it, but I zigzag stitched this one because it was the only way. If you don't zigzag stitch it, it's gonna fray into nothing, and then it's useless and pointless, and then you're not gonna have a hoodie anymore because it's all gonna be frayed. But this ribbon was this tapestry was serged on, so it's not gonna fray. But I upcycled Bape as well, and I didn't have enough tapestry, so I had to use another fabric. And it's possible, you can do that. You find a fabric that has the same similar structure to your tapestry. If you can't have a full tapestry, like fleece or something that you just have lying around, I had to go to a fabric store for this, of course, but you can find it. You can mix the fabrics if they work, if they have the similar structure. This is polyester, and this is tapestry, and it worked in Juice WRLD. And I had some Murakami because I ran out of Juice WRLD blanket, so I had to use this instead. And I just remember making this, and this is like a 50. This is like a 28, or I think it's 28 inch. I'm not sure right now at the moment. I measured it, but it's like 28 inch chest, and I got horrible reactions from people from it, and it was terrible, and whatever, they said mean things, they said this, they said that, but I don't know if they were jealous that I was doing it, or they thought they were a better designer. I don't even know. But yeah, I made this. This is special to me. Took me a long time. It's like after I made this with my grandma, I'm like, I knew this was it. I knew I was gonna do this for a long time, or forever. Actually, really forever. I can't stop doing it. I'm so it's sewn well. It's this. It's that. It's yeah. And now I'm doing other tapestry things too. And then I really wanted to learn patchwork. So this is my first patchwork hoodie. Or my first real patchwork hoodie. Hold on, I actually have one of the original ones. This is the first patchwork hoodie I ever made, ever. I had no clue what I was doing. I was all yeah, okay, let's just sew some fabric together and whatnot. Yeah, it's not the best, but what are you gonna expect? I was learning. It's just It's fine. It's fine. Wasn't the best, but yeah. And then I eventually got to here, to this level, and I had to ride my bike back and forth like 15 miles to get to the class because it wasn't my grandma teaching, it was somebody else. And yeah, so this is what I've learned. I didn't do it right because I didn't follow a grain line or anything, and I didn't follow a grain one on this, but you know, I did it. I did it, you know, that's all that mattered, you know, I learned. And then eventually I learned how to do proper patchwork, and I did this. So, you know, this is real, right, patchwork. That took me a long time to learn, obviously, through lots of trial, lots of error, lots of things. I have more patchwork hoodies. I have uploaded them. You can go see them. They're everywhere right now. I mean, a lot of photos of them. Those ones took me a while too, but I didn't. It took me 10 hours each about, and I know what I was doing. So, you know, I mean, I know a lot better now, obviously, because I can actually do it right now. Put lining in the hood, do all of that, do proper patchwork, know how the grain line is, know follow it, do this, do that, yada yada, all of that. And yeah, so I could finally do it right after all this time. But that's okay, because you know that's what it is. That's what you have to do in life. And then for the tapestry blankets, I have fully elevated that. I fully understand tapestry blanket. Well, I mean, not fully, but I understand tapestry blankets a lot better than I used to. I don't think you fully understand anything. Maybe you can. I don't know. And I got this. This is what I can do now. This is what I'm capable of doing. It took me a long time. I went through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of neglect, everything you can imagine, because my biological family was not healthy. But yeah, even though I was experiencing a lot of stuff that I don't want to talk about, I still was capable of making this. And I still was able to ride my bike. Eventually I got a car and actually started driving. So that's recent. You know, I was like anybody else. I was just a beginner, so I don't know what I was doing. Like, I started this when I was 25. I'm 26 now, so a year and some change. What, November? I turned 26. I turned 25 in October, and then it was a month after I started taking sewing classes. So it was 25. It's mid-20s. I don't know. Just I didn't like school. I didn't like anything else. So I figured out clothing, and then I figured out I love sewing. So yeah. This is what happened. Here I am, doing things now. This is what I can do now. After lots of, I'm learning more now, more than ever. Like, I'm learning how to sew darts, dresses, putting in a whole bunch of different things, installing things, doing this, doing that. You know, just took a lot of hard work and dedication to get to this point. And you can do it too, you know, like anybody. But you know, you might have to cut off a whole bunch of people like I did. That's okay, that happens. I don't want to be around bullies anymore for doing what I love. And also, harboring independence too scares other people sometimes. Because, you know, it's just what happens. Anyways, I don't want to get into it all. But yeah, I'm capable of, I went from, let's see. I went from this, my first one, to my second one, this one, to which one was it? Experimental, crazy one, this one right here, which is, I don't even know, to this one, to this one right here, and then I went to this one right here. So, you know, that's my progress so far, a year and some change since November of last year I started. So whatever, I don't know how many months that is. So yeah, that's a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of time spent alone, a lot of just everything. Like, and it's possible anybody can do it, but I don't even know how to sew the pockets on there. Like, oh, first of all, this is the amount of pocket. I never made this even a pocket on it. I don't know what I was doing. I really had no clue what I was doing. But anyways, so if you want patterns, these are the two I ended up with. But obviously, you can Google hoodie pattern and go to your local fabric store or anything. I use the hood for this, and I use the body for this, and the sleeves for this, and I like it personally. You could do anything you want, though. Obviously, if you like something else, go ahead and do it. I see some people that use other patterns and other hoodies and other things like that, and I can tell that they developed it, and maybe I don't know if they drafted it, and so I don't know everybody, but find your thing, find your style, find your art, find whatever, like obviously I used to just paint clothing, and now I don't paint clothing anymore. I actually cut and sew it up now, and I didn't do it right at the beginning because I don't know what I was doing like anybody else. now I can do it right properly, and yeah. It's really hard. It's really hard. What I went through was really hard. I can't believe that. Yeah, anyways, thank you for everyone that has supported me, watched me, bought from me, whatever you, all of it, whatever you've done. Thank you. I appreciate it. And like, follow, subscribe, whatever works for you. Appreciate it. Have a blessed week, great week, whatever. Anyways, yeah, so that's my progress so far. And it took a lot of time to learn to do this. And now I'm even learning more. I just learned how to sew darts properly. That was hard work. It took me like 6-7 hours to learn. Usually, for me, I figured out it takes about 6-7 hours for me to learn a new step in sewing. That's it. Like, if I spend 6 to 7 hours, I probably got it down in my head, and that's what it is so far. So that's just me. Maybe I see people get it faster than me. I see people get it slower than me. I see people sew more than me and not get it right. I see people sew less than me and get it right. I've seen people put more than 10,000 hours into something and still not do it right. And I've seen people put less than 10,000 hours in things and do it right. So like, it just depends on you. Like all those things are just there. Yeah, you can be whatever. You put 100 hours into something, but if you're not doing it right for those 100 hours, then I don't know. Then learn how to do it right, or just figure out what you're doing wrong, or have someone tell you how to. There's so many different ways. I even use ChatGPT. ChatGPT isn't perfect, but it can help you. Like anything else. Anyways, thank you. Goodbye.